It's. Hey, we're online. There you go. Hi guys, Paul from PABrewNews, joined with Average Joe, Troll Marker, and the pervert from Ontario.
I'm also a helicopter pilot.
Ah,
Yes, you are.
mustache rides.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do a beer here, and they're gonna drink their beers there. This is the Java Cask. I know this probably isn't the greatest camera in the world. That's a witch shark. But this is the Java Cask from Victory. This is what I just saw it on. I don't know how long it's been out, but I just saw this one. It's a coffee stout aged in bourbon barrels. Had to buy it absolutely 100%. Cork and cage 750 milliliters, and it says enjoy by 10 November 2016. So I'm assuming this was released on the 10th of November 2015. But this is 14.3 alcohol by volume.
Session beer for Johnny and D.
It's a general session beer for the guys, our brothers in down the way. But this thing can last for 10 years at least. I'm thinking 14.3. There's no reason.
Won't be old enough for
Hang on. There's coffee in it.
Coffee
are like hops. They're like hops. Watch out. They're 2 weeks old or better.
There's some people that like coffee that don't drink hops in anything that they drink, no matter what beer it is. But you know, it's just the way it is. But this is that. So let's get ready. Let's crack it open. Let's get focused and have some horrible tasting notes and an overall terrible review. Let's do it.
You're not reviewing 1050, are you?
Oh no, not now.
Oh.
Later. On my 56K modem. And that is internet technology stuff.
And I assume this beer's straight out of the fridge, right, Paul?
It is straight out of the. Actually, just kept it. It's 6 degrees outside, so I kept it outside.
When he pours it, there's gonna be chunks of ice in it. You'll just add to the flavor. That's all.
It's either gonna be icy or it's gonna be so hot it's gonna melt the glass.
Or it's gonna fucking explode everywhere and fuck up the computer, the keyboard, and everything else.
It's not mine, so that's fine.
That's the way you look at it.
Oh, I can see through it. It's already gonna be too thin. I know it.
Fucking Paul.
In all honesty, if you drank motor oil, it would be too thin.
Well, you know.
You'd also be dead.
The 1540 I can handle, but that 10W20 bullshit, that 5W20.
That's thin.
Okay, up to the light. Up to the light, there's a little bit of ruby hues, mahogany hues coming through right there, Joe. About right there.
Yeah, that's cool. Right. Is it which? I don't know which way. Where is it at?
But of course, there's sheets of alcohol. The alcohol legs in this is absolutely insane, and that's the way it should be.
You sure they're not curtains?
The sheets, curtains, drapes, you know, armchair.
Do the drapes match the carpet?
I got saran wrap on my windows.
Carpets match the cups. Well, that's boozy. It's going to be. I looked at it and I said, okay, it's either going to be a boozy mess or it's going to be amazing. And that's pretty much it. Right now, it's a boozy mess, but that's just the visceral smell. So let's see. There is a nice coffee chocolate coming through this. There is bourbon, a nice bourbon. I am getting a little bit of hint of dark fruits and stuff coming from that actual alcohol. But that's going to change and develop over time anyway. But right now there's a lot of roast chocolate, coffee, and a big bourbon note. There's going to be char, smoke, that kind of thing. No vanilla really, but maybe it'll come out when we get into it. So cheers, guys. Enjoy your beers. I'll enjoy this one.
Cheers. Cheers.
It's a bit thin. But you know, and we all kind of know how barrel aging thins out a beer a little bit.
We do.
I would really like to try the base beer to this because that one would be a damn fine beer for mouthfeel. It's really not that bad. This is smoother than let's see.
2 thumbs up. Really not that
Glowing remarks. It doesn't taste like shit.
I was just about to say the drinkability from this is dangerous. dangerous and drinkable.
Am I a dangerous beer?
It's a very sweet beer. There's wheat in it. I don't think there's wheat.
It's a wheat. No.
But it's a very dangerous beer. It's 14.3 and it's smoother than Bourbon County. It's smoother than KBS. That is insane. There's a nice lively carbonation, making this very easy to drink. A very lively beer. It doesn't sit dead in your mouth. There's a lot of nice flavors getting worked around. There is a lot of coffee, obviously. Chocolate, roast. Not pulling a whole lot of vanilla, but I'm getting tons of caramel from the bourbon, too.
When you said it sits dead in your mouth, a lot of things ran through my brain. A lot of things ran through my brain coming from you.
Pieces of hooker, yes, but usually the semen's alive when it sits in my mouth.
Oh,
Joe, we're live on the air. We don't want to leave any evidence for the cops.
Yeah. Well, that's why I have to eat the hookers. That's why.
They don't know who's been fucking the dead bodies.
Oh. Mm. Hey, this isn't a bad beer. It is a bit thin for me overall, compared to other beers of the same ABV, same kind of style. But damn, is it drinkable? It is tasty. It's a tasty brew. Hey, bud, it's a tasty brew.
There's no head on it, though, Paul. Where's the head? What happened to the head?
Well, you wouldn't expect a head at 14.3 to last too long.
But nowadays,
nice
I do.
Streaming carbonation coming up the middle.
Oh, it's right up there.
Overall,
Right up there?
overall this is pretty good. It's a bit thin, so I'm not going to give it like high marks, but the drinkability is super insane. There's some uber. It's not fluffy, but there's some ghetto. Overall, it's pretty good. Downingtown, Pennsylvania, Victory Brewing Company. One of the nicest breweries right now in PA that are for doing different stuff, changing it up a little bit. Unlike like some breweries like Trogs and stuff are very stagnant, unfortunately. But where the hell's my mic? My mic fell. Sorry. I didn't know if you could hear me.
Totally professional.
But other than that, this is good. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to give it a Joe grade, which is a 9.
Oh, no.
Oh, is that a
I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It's going to change a little bit. It's going to get a little bit more complex. The dark fruits are going to come up. The booze, this might be a little bit boozy for some people. I actually would like a little bit more bourbon. But I think everything's going to play out pretty nice and even out, and it's going to get a lot bolder in some of the aspects. So.
But the coffee's going to be gone, totally gone. No more coffee.
No, because you think there's no roasted grains in this to give you a coffee flavor anyway. Oh wait, there is. Never mind. So yeah, you're still going to get coffee out of it. People.
Oh damn it! Just not real coffee. Just what they perceive coffee tastes like.
Well, Folgers isn't really coffee. They just say it is. It's just ground
the
up
best part of waking
children.
up.
Yeah.
Best part of waking up.
You know what I find?
And it says that I have a viewer apparently, but I have no idea who that is.
That was me. I put up the thing just to see.
Okay, good.
If there was comments, here's the thing that I found interesting. We do BDU every week on Chad's channel, Ryan, and for some reason, a lot of people are saying the comments don't work, and they don't. Like if you go look at the actual YouTube videos, say comments are disabled. On your stream right now, down the right-hand side,
yeah,
I get a few questions.
live
and I don't know
comments.
how you got that. And
Oh shit! Now I can comment on this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can just do. And the thing is, though, I think it disappears once the thing ends. It doesn't like save it in the comment section. It kind of just
No, it does. It did in the past, I thought.
Okay.
No? I think it did last time you had it. Maybe not. I could be wrong on that. But you actually have the ability for people to ask you things, even though.
But I don't have the ability of people watching me because all my tasting notes are horrible and the reviews overall are terrible.
It's also fucking 2:30 in the morning on the East Coast and pretty late, so
Mm-hmm.
you might get some West Coast stragglers.
Yeah, it's only weirdos like us that are up.
True.
Mhm. Yeah, but that's okay. But it's nice to spend a little time with you guys and drink this beer. Deep, complex. This complexity and richness occur when the delicious ale ages in a barrel. I'm just surprised at how easy this is. JB Coffee, the BJ Coffee? No, the JB Coffee. In the bourbon barrels from some unknown source, of course.
Oh, so it'd be nice if they actually told you that, eh?
Yeah, it'd be great if they actually informed you, what bourbon you're trying to drink. Everyone knows it's just Old Grandad, but
all the crow maybe.
they keep saying stout, and I with the ABV, I don't know if it's just rhetoric at this point in time. It's definitely an imperial stout. It's an imperial coffee stout aged in bourbon barrels, but yeah. It's a good beer. It's a bit thin overall, but there's a lot of nice flavors, and I think the more it ages, the more it sits, the more it's going to kind of just come together in a way that I'm looking forward to. So I'm going to go buy another 1 or 2 bottles of this, maybe 6 or 7, maybe 10. I don't know, something. So
not 11.
What was the price point on that 750?
I think it was only like $12.99, $11.99.
Isn't that crazy?
So that's like about $32 Canadian.
Yeah, about $85 Canadian, but it's a good beer for the price point, and the ABV is just insane anyway. So
yeah, I doubt. No, I saw DJ actually did that as a duo review with Johnny, and they both loved it. Matt, I know, has done a review of it, and I think he was digging it too. So I was surprised that you liked it. I do recall, though, I think DJ said he might have shouted you out in the video and said, like, Paul, if you think this is thin, you're crazy or some stuff. So
no, this is definitely thin. This is a thin beer, but man, is the caramel super nice that's mixing with all that chocolate and stuff that's coming from the bourbon. There's a lot of tasty flavors in this.
Nice.
Yep.
Fuck
you, DJ. Fuck you, DJ. Don't make me suck your dick.
They did. Now, here's the thing about DJ. DJ and Johnny and a newer guy that they have, they call him UPT. He wears the paper bag. They just did Framingham that I sent him in the spring, and
the coffee variant?
No, just the regular old, just straight up Framingham.
Oh, that's good.
I sent him that, and I sent him the regular bourbon barrel aged, and he had a buddy send him the coffee one, but he did the regular, and they reviewed it, and they did not dig it. I think they gave it like B minuses, so like low, like 80 to 82.
Well, they're just retards. They had too much soft crabs that day.
It was funny because there's a couple people that responded were like, "Man, that's one of the best Baltic porters I've ever had." And I said the same thing. I was like, "You just straight up Baltic porter, like nothing going on, just regular Baltic porter." It's up there for me. It's a fucking awesome beer. And I did mention how I even liked it. And you and Pat both agreed when we did the barrel aged. It was better than the barrel aged version.
A lot
we
better.
thought anyway. It's so polarizing.
Everything is vinous and polarizing to DJ.
We love you, DJ. I am drinking from Breckenridge. They're 25, so I think this is 25th anniversary beer. They're Imperial Vanilla Porter aged in rum barrels.
Well, how is it? Rum doesn't really transfer through some beers the way it should.
I'm getting it, and it is definitely an Imperial Porter instead of a regular porter, so it's a little bit thin, Paul.
A bit thin? Is it a bit thin? Maybe it's that gay-ass glass you're drinking out of. I don't know.
Bro, it's a sweet taku. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I definitely pick up on the rum. Big dark fruits in there. Like, pretty heavy on the dark fruits, some spices from the rum barrels.
Stop playing with your pussy.
Picking up on the vanilla, but yeah, it's definitely thin. I mean, and what was the ABV? I think pretty sure it's close to 10. Yeah, it's 9.8. So I don't know. It doesn't taste like 9.8, but you would hate this beer mouthfeel wise. You would not be a huge fan.
Yeah. Well, with this beer, it has almost a lactose kind of smoothness to it, which is nice. It just doesn't kick it up to that level that I like, where you actually have to chew it, But could you imagine, just your idea of a extremely nice milk stout? Like, wow, that is a creamy motherfucking milk stout. That's about the consistency of this beer.
Nice.
Now I got a question. It's like 14% alcohol. So are you saying if we had like 10 bottles of this, it would make for an awesome party at the Rex Motel?
No.
I'm telling you, no
potty.
No potty. You
No
loud
parties.
piece of shit.
2 questions for you, Greg. Are
You
you at the
invited?
Rex
No
Motel?
potty.
Are you
What's
at
that?
the Rex Motel? 2 questions for you. Are you at the Rex Motel when this is happening?
Obviously,
And
yes.
are you talking? Because that's a key thing.
Obviously, yes, because I'm difficult to shut up.
then there would not be a great party at the Rex Motel. Okay, there would not be a great party.
Are you saying they wouldn't accept me for what I am? They're racist against white people, white helicopter pilots?
No, I mean, because the Bolivians are technically white, but the only problem is they don't like people yelling at the top of their lungs because they're simply just speaking.
Yeah, and
who was
you
doing
scare
that?
a lot of people. You scare a lot of people.
Apparently, the problem was that she tried to infer with her voice was Greg's loud talking makes men go limp.
That is true. That's not the first person to tell me that. That's why I don't have any brothers or sisters.
Because couples come here to have good time. It was so loud.
Just to paint a picture for the viewers out there that watch this possibly later or even watch it this far, and probably not.
Seriously, what the fuck's wrong with you if you're watching this?
We went up to Chad, the Albino Rhinos Festival last year, and Paul and Matt of Massive Beer Review stayed at a motel that is literally on the corner of Chad Street. It's like a half a block from Chad's house.
It's like Chad's backyard. Like
we had a beautiful
goes
time.
On to the Rex Motel.
It was great. Somehow, it was Paul, Matt, and myself. We did a trio review outside of their motel room on a little table of barrel-aged Framingham from Jack's Abbey. We were screaming at people across the fucking street. We were doing all sorts of things. Didn't get yelled at.
There was a lot of ill-mannered frivolity, which was also illegal, but was completely fine.
Then Greg shows up.
And ruined it.
Then Greg shows up. So we have all this great time being super loud, super obnoxious, terrible reviews, fantastic time. This guy shows up.
93 garbage, super racist. It was a good time.
94 garbage, potentially. 92 garbage, somewhere around that area, but total garbage, no matter which way you look at it. Greg shows up with a couple boxes of beers. So within 30 seconds of entering the motel room that Paul and Matt are staying in, he chokes to death like he's Paul right now. No, he talks it just talks normally. Just, hey.
My absolute regular volume.
Regular volume.
I'm not at right now.
My hair was actually. You ever remember the Maxwell commercials where like he puts the thing in the cassette player and his hair blows back?
Yes.
That's literally him talking to me.
Yeah, and you would have thought, based on how quickly the owner came out, there was a domestic dispute in their hotel
He came
room.
out like it was a SWAT team.
Yes. And instantly, nothing was happening. Greg was dropping off some beers for me, and I was giving him some, and some to bring over to Chad's for review and all this stuff. She just busts in the hotel in the motel room. She might have wanted to.
She came in to blew everyone.
She blew everyone and left. That was it. Done. Story's over. No. She comes in and she just starts screaming, "No party" at us. No party. No party. You're not allowed to have a party. We're trying to explain to her there's no party. This guy's just super fucking loud. And
she was actually so adamant that when we were literally walking out of the hotel, like walking away from the hotel, she would follow us to tell us, no
party.
Fucking party. Pointing at Greg. No party.
And I'm like, and I had already left at that point.
Yeah. The party's gone. Like the party left a long time ago. We are going to an actual party, but it's not back at your motel room. But yeah, so that's great.
Control us.
No, that's great. And if you look at a couple of Paul's reviews, where there's one specifically, I can't remember what it was. I think it was Motley Crue from Bellwoods.
It's probably the further
Motley Crue from Bellwoods, and about 5 minutes in, right before the end of the thing, this phenom comes in screaming at the top of his lungs about, yeah, it's really good.
I asked him. I go, Greg, what do you think?
Talking. That's him having conversation.
I'm like, Greg, what do you think? And out of nowhere, he just goes, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10, guys. And I'm like, oh my god. My eyes just start going sideways. I'm looking at Paul. I'm looking back. I'm looking at Paul. I'm like, what the
fuck's going on? What is going on? Just keep talking, man. Just calm down.
Get me out of this.
Hey,
get me out of this.
You know what, guys? Just before you make any more fun of me, keep in mind, I don't have very good hearing. So you're making fun of a handicap fella if...
hearing, good physique, good face.
You know,
you can go on if you want.
Yeah, I got a lot of things that aren't so good about me, but, You know what?
It tastes great.
I talk about the compensate. Well, thank you. I appreciate
No
that.
problem. No problem. No potty.
Well,
There's
it
no
was
potty in your mouth, and no one's invited.
yeah.
No
Never.
potty.
Oh, so yeah, that was our experience up at Chad's place, and why we just had to put it in context for you, because I don't think
And
anyone on your
guess
channel
what?
might know.
Well, I think anyone who's watched those beer reviews knows what a calamity I get when I've been drinking.
Well, here's the deal. It's the statistic is 15% is the statistic of people who actually give a shit, and I don't get enough people to get that statistic, so no one gives a shit.
Okay.
Sweet, I'm exonerated.
T-Ward, fuck you too. I like that. That's good. Bring it. I want more. I love it. Hey, and guess what? Apparently, if you put down that you pissed off somebody and blah blah blah, they take away the dislike they put down.
Cool.
What do you mean they take it away?
They take it away. They undisliked it. They must have felt bad or something. I don't know.
What, you had a dislike on that video?
I had a dislike on a certain video, and I said I must have pissed in somebody's fucking mouth because I had dislike chaos, and they took it away.
Maybe you have special powers.
I have powers. That's great. I have undislike powers.
Paul, aren't you that guy that goes to every single one of Lee's videos and just dislikes it just to piss him off?
I don't like.
No, that's Eward's videos.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I do that Eward's videos. Yeah. Oh, you're gonna leave? Dislike. You gonna leave again?
Eward doesn't care if you do that.
Well, if you look at the complexion this light gives me, I don't know if you're an '80s movie fan, but basically I'm Jeremy Capello from My Best Friend's a Vampire.
Yeah. Or Chad.
Or Chad. Well, that's My Best Friend's
Chad's
an
a white
albino.
fella.
Yeah, that's different. He doesn't have to drink blood. He just sucks it out of other people for doing nothing and he take all the credit. So it's okay. No. Silly albinos and gingers. Because basically, albinos are just gingers without pigment. So.
Paul, you're being racist against white people. I don't think that's allowed.
Is it? Is it okay?
I don't know. Well, I guess.
So why don't you tell your viewers why you haven't been posting anything?
Yes, tell
I've just been, well, my computer died. I've been busy, and I haven't been able to buy a new computer. And the camera that I have formats videos in such a large file that it takes literally 7 or 8 hours to upload it, and I don't have a computer on hand to render it down, so that's why I haven't been doing anything. But like we were discussing before, there's a viewer that might be one of you guys, so there you go. Just
people will watch this later. People will watch this later, Paul. Come on.
Oh no, the viewer went away, so that wasn't you.
No, that was me. I shut it down.
Good.
I said I can't stand watching this since I'm a part of it.
But honestly, it's just been too much of a hassle. And actually, I've had some beers that I had to review. I was going to review, and I just drank them.
You said fuck it.
I did. It's been a long time, but like, Love You With My Stout, a couple different beers. It's just like...
No, Paul, when are we going to see a review?
Screw it, I'm going to do it.
When are we going to see the review video of you reviewing the roof of your truck?
Oh, the truck review?
I hear it's a pretty solid roof, It's really good on pavement.
No, it is. It actually doesn't even have any scratches on it because that's how hard I flipped.
Wow.
Yeah, it flipped so much it didn't scratch the roof, so it's pretty good. But they're commenting on me rolling my truck, so...
Now, in case anyone from the insurance company is watching, Paul was not getting roadhead when this happened.
Paul hasn't got head in about, just, you know what, let's not make this a downer, all right? Come on.
Hey, I saw you and Matt at the Rex Motel. You got some head.
No. I was giving head. That's a whole different thing.
Oh, I get confused. I'm sorry.
Was it Uber head?
It was ghetto, I'll tell you that.
No, it wasn't Uber head. It was just regular taxi head.
Yeah, it was ghetto. I've always...
Someone's tits got blown off that night. I know that much.
No matter what it happens, I'm always the catcher. I'm never the pitcher.
You know what? Sometimes you just need to lay back and take.
Well, you know, the only thing I could say is it looks good on a resume.
It's pronounced resume.
May. And this is the first beer of the night, too.
I know, and I'm going to go get another one in a second.
Based on the percentage, probably the last one.
Well, this is the only one I have, so.
Well, that's basically almost the equivalent of what, 5.5 beers?
Well, and honestly, yeah,
14%.
Yeah, it's a big beer.
I wish I had transportation technology. I would send you a life sentence triple IPA, and you can try it.
No one wants to drink that garbage. What did you rate that on your best?
I gave it a 5 out of 5. #1 beer of the year.
No.
I thought Epiphany number.
That was 2014.
That was 2014.
And if you put it this way, he gave Epiphany #1 10 out of 10, best beer of 2014. He gives his life sentence a 10 out of 10, best beer of 2015. Probably more like a 7.75 at best.
Is it still from the same brewery?
No.
It's from Great Lakes.
Oh, okay, because Bellwoods is that Erica bitch that you want to...
Black Oak.
I wish
Black Oak,
if she's
Black
watching,
Oak, yeah.
I wish to respect her. If she's not watching, I'd like to bang her in the bum hole.
Well, no. You get the cunt, I get the bum. I always get the bum.
I can live with that. The bum.
And, no, here's the
the
deal.
The cooter's easier to deal with.
Here's the deal, though. Here's the rule. If you bang her in the ass, you get the ball. That's the rule.
I feel like
It
Lee should
works.
be here for this discussion.
Lee doesn't know what a bum is.
I'm pretty sure Lee knows what a bum is. At least his own.
Yeah,
I'm sure he poops every once in a while.
Well, I know he knows what mine feels like.
Oh my.
I'm the beer whore. What can I do? See, see, the thing is, I always admire this woman that went to the bar near me that would go, get free drinks all night, and leave alone. I try to do that, but I always fuck up. I don't get any beer. I get used like a bitch, and then people spit on me when I leave.
I like when you say used like a bitch.
I went to a Bryden's, not a brew pub, just a regular bar, but it's a craft beer bar around here, and just there with my lovely fiance, and we're just kind of people watching, having a few beers and some food. And
I love the fact that your fiance sounds like a hurricane.
Why does my fiance sound like a hurricane? I'm confused.
What's her name?
Agnieszka.
Agnes.
Agnes.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. I don't think like my lovely fiance. I think like devastation and horror.
They name hurricanes after everyone.
Come on.
Anyways, the point of the story is there were people watching from across the street from another bar. This lady who probably is in her late 50s, early 60s.
I'd hit it.
Stumbles across. She wasn't bad looking for her age, honestly. She stumbles across the road, like completely drunk, walks into the bar, goes up to the bar, orders a drink, just starts chatting up these ladies. Next thing you know, she's leaving the bar with 3 men she had just met there that night, and I'm just like, wow.
She is a trooper.
This lady just came in shit drunk, and now she's going home to have all 3 holes filled.
Listen,
good for her. That is feminism.
I wish that
don't be jealous, Greg, that wasn't you.
She is in control of her own body.
We can find more than 3 holes on you, Greg. I'm pretty sure they can.
I can find 2 on Daniel.
Well, Joe, with your penis, we can find lots of holes that'll fit.
I can't even find my penis, so I don't even know how that works.
Stick it up my nose, my ears, even my eyeballs.
Oh, man, you kidding me? Take a pinhole. Take a pinhole and just stab yourself. I'm good to go.
Whoa, I'm not making new holes for you, Joe. Come on.
Come on.
You're not worth it. You're not worth it.
That's just weird.
Is there a cavity you can fill?
So what are you, Paul, doing on May 14th of 2016?
Why?
Is there something happening that day?
Are you getting the cavity filled?
Greg's cavities, some of his cavities are filled.
You gonna come down to my house?
Is that what we're gonna do?
Yeah.
And then
fill some cavities. Dental work.
Yeah, no.
You gonna give me a root canal?
A couple of root canals.
Joe's known in certain circles as the dentist.
The
Mhm.
dentist. He fills the cavities.
I'll fill all the holes. Yeah. No, so apparently a lot of new people are coming to Chad's Fest this year.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, I don't like new people. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. People that I don't know in a room?
No one said they had to be in a room. That's your choice, Paul.
You know, I wonder if all those people in the same room, will anyone be able to hear me?
I was just wondering if that piece of shit Ed will be there this year instead of in the Bahamas, where he's Bahamas.
I don't know who this Ed is. I wish
Ed,
Lee could,
Ed
make
Ed
it.
is the guy that is taller than me, and I will break his legs.
I'm glad I'm not taller than you then.
5 paddles, Ed. Good guy.
Oh, Ed from 5. Oh my god, I went dark.
Yeah,
He's... Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I actually this year he's in the Bahamas, having a good time on vacation.
Little fucker is biting me. Look at him.
Yeah. Look at this.
Why don't you just snap his neck and make him suffer?
All right, here we go. Right on live TV. Here we go. Oh, he's gonna fight me. Okay,
Yeah, he's not gonna let. If anything, Gray's gonna get his neck bit by
It's like I'm watching
bleed out live.
I'm watching the seal fight back against the great white.
Oh, he's a little vicious fucker.
Well, I called him the great
Okay.
white. Is that racist?
Look at this. He's got his little kitten teeth. Look at this little. Got his little kitten teeth. He's gonna frickin' kill you.
I'd actually vampirism that motherfucker.
Does he just roll around randomly, just biting the shit out of different things?
Oh yeah, he's a vicious little bugger. He's a male too, so it's even
I
worse.
had a cat named
yet.
Ash like that once, where he would just attack everything. So I just picked him up, and I never knew what happened to him after that. I just threw him. He ended up not showing up ever again. So he probably went to a farm and lived a good life.
Oh man, you made Greg cry.
No, Greg's okay.
Greg's like, oh, a bunch of people got murdered today. Too bad. Oh, you flicked the fucking cat in his side. Fucking find you and I'll kill you.
I'll kill you. I'll eat your face.
It's true. Well, you know what? I like dogs a lot more than I like cats. So
guess what I did to my beagle today?
Oh, don't be mean to your beagle.
I beat the living fuck out of that thing.
Nah, you didn't.
Nah, I didn't. You're
you
crazy.
You may have hit your wife a few times. You didn't.
No. I beat the fuck out of that thing about a couple times.
Little tough guy.
I'll be right back after he fights me to the death. Look, he's holding on for dear life. He's like, I'll fucking kill you.
You don't know what he.
I know. I've got him around the jaw so he can't bite me. But he's
no
not
idea
happy
what that
about
cat
it.
is gonna do to you when you sleep.
He's like, your thumb looks so
Hey,
tight.
this cat fucking bites my nipples when I sleep.
Do they fall off?
No, do you?
No,
does
they
it
still
bite,
stay on
Do you
pretty well.
actually make it bite your nipples when you masturbate? Because I'm thinking that's what's going on.
Well, let's just say because we're live, I'm going to deny all charges. But
Are you sure it was actually?
Are you sure you can plead the fifth? Because I don't think you're an American.
that's true. I can't plead the fifth.
Let me ask you a question, Greg. Are you sure it was the cat? And you just been really drinking awesome beer.
When my nipples flew off.
Let us just say you blew your tits off. But
I see. That's a massive beer reviews.
Are you sure Agnes didn't drink an awesome beer and it was actually her, not the cat? She was
If Agnes drank an awesome beer, that would be news. Because yeah, she likes her Coors Light.
Well, did you ever try to punch her real hard in the face?
I haven't. The whole domestic abuse charges those stick. Those criminal records, they follow you.
You're not supposed to let her know you do. You're supposed to have like a 2x4, like I'm trying to build this fence, honey, and you're supposed to turn around like, whoops, sorry.
Have you ever tried to punch her in the face? What the fuck? Oh, that's great.
We need feminism now. Where's Daniel? Feminism man. Isn't it weird though? Like that feminism man. Isn't that like a contradiction? Feminism man. So he comes over hating the fact he has a penis. Great. What are you gonna do for me? Nothing.
All right, Paul.
So he's a man that hates men. I knew someone like that once. It was a Jew who hates Jews. His name was Hitler. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh, God. No, I think it's steer this direction in a direction in which Paul's not going to lose a chance. No,
Unfortunately, Daniel likes me because I'm a likable guy, and I like him.
Yeah, and you say everything in jest.
Really likable guy.
Yeah, you're super likable. I love you a lot.
Matt has actually realized, and Matt has realized too, I cannot deal with serious issues. I cannot deal with them. I just cannot do it.
Well, here's not a serious issue for you. Your shitty best beers of 2015. Let's go.
Oh, come
I'm
on.
You're on tap. I'll use these off for you.
I'm going to get another beer, gentlemen.
These are the 5 out of 5 you gave on tap, Paul.
Really? I have a viewer.
Let's do it.
Go check it out. I have a viewer.
What do you want me to check out?
I have a viewer. I need to know what the viewer wants me to say right now.
I have no idea.
Well, you have the ability to do that.
Yeah, but I have to have the chat up for that to happen.
Well, make chat happen.
All right, I have it.
You want me to get on Tapped?
No, I'm on your Untapped right now.
We'll get on my chat, and I'll get on my Untapped. Son.
I mean, because you're pretty consistent with your Untapped to your reviews and what you think. You actually, in all honesty, when looking at the 5 out of 5s you've given on Untapped, you really didn't give that many this year. I'm counting.
No, I didn't give a lot of those. Well, I'll tell you what my number one beer is for 2015 right now is the Double Tempest.
That's what a lot of
people aged Imperial Stout.
Yeah,
absolutely fan-fucking-tastic, my motherfucker. Some of the greatest beers that we drank, unfortunately, were in 2014 in August, I think it was, when you and I hung out.
Yep.
Yep. So we can rule out some of those, but absolutely number one. Oh, by the way, let's.
I know another one without even looking at John Tap.
Before we go on, let's give, I guess, what do you call it? Thanks to Greg for giving us the Double Tempest.
I would like to thank Greg.
Okay. Have your
stand-up individual hooking us all up with great beer, except for Chad. And, you know, I didn't send him any beer, though, this year. I placed others.
The next one that I can actually say right now is Single Cut TNT Bonbon.
You didn't give that a 10, though.
Yeah, I didn't give it a 10, but I can say that is an amazing beer.
It is.
Joe, I don't want any thanks from you. You paid for the beer, so we're completely even.
I also sent you some beer and gave you some beer.
In fact, I owe you.
Yeah, you do. You owe me.
I don't know what I owe you, but I owe you something.
I know. You don't owe me anything. I still owe you money for things that you still have. So, or I guess beers. I actually have a couple beers for you. So I guess at some point. Oh, the beer I can think of, and you're gonna go, oh my god, that's right, I drank this year. Because you went apeshit about it. You drank probably fucking 20 bombers of it. And you think of the beer. Because you went, I just remember this beer because you went nuts about it when you reviewed it and you told me how great it was, and then I actually had it.
Are you talking to me?
I am talking to you.
Are you talking to me?
You talking to me?
There's nobody else in here. Are you talking to me?
Well, I was going to say, if you're talking to me, I don't think I've drank 20 bombers of anything.
No, you did. You want me to tell you what? You want me to tell you what it is, Paul?
Oh, no, honestly, are you talking to me? Are you talking to him?
I am. Yes, this is a taxi driver. I'm talking to you. You want? Okay, it is Equinox Lagunitas.
I drank that before you did.
I know. I said you told me about it.
Oh, fuck yeah! It's so good. Goddamn good. It's amazing.
There you go.
Okay, I just want you to know that I am drinking the best beer of 2015 with you guys. I've only got like 8 cans left, so.
So if we get up anytime soon, I'd love a can, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Send one to me. God, he's a bitch, isn't he?
Greg?
Who's a
Greg's a
bitch?
hoarder of good beers. You know, you're what's wrong with the beer drinking community,
Wait, no,
craft
Joe
beer
is.
community.
Joe
You
is.
hoard all your beer to drink
No,
it. And
Joe has all
enjoy
these
it.
beers and he won't drink any.
Because you tell me to save like about 30 of them for you for when we meet up and we don't meet up.
Listen, Joe, let me tell you what the scourge of the beer community is. It is these people that think that stouts are good on their own. Stouts have to be barrel aged. Now,
True.
I'm not a whale hunter, but
No.
you know what? Like,
Yeah.
You know,
Let me ask you a question, Greg. What if I told you? This is gonna be like the ESPN 30 for 30 stuff. What if I told you that there are imperial stouts
uh-oh.
that aren't barrel aged?
Uh-oh. Is that a Dark Lord shirt?
Can you date?
Hanapu?
no, Joe. Like,
Darkness?
how do you have a stout that's not barrel aged? Like,
I don't know.
How do you have a Greg in the dark? How's this?
That's because my monitor went off. That's all. My only source of light right now.
Perfect lighting. Fucking straight up monitor lighting, right? Right in your grill, right in your face piece.
You are
That's it.
totally 8mm right now.
That's what I use it for. Plus if all of a sudden it goes like this, you know, I'm
I
watching
would,
porn.
you know, if I grew up, I wish you know what? If I grew up, I wish I could be Machine Head from 8mm. That'd be awesome.
I'm down.
You ever seen 8mm, Joe?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Machine Head?
Mm-hmm. No, I know.
Nice-
I know what
nice
you're talking
time.
about. It's good stuff.
Nice times.
Nice times.
Greg doesn't.
Okay.
Greg has no idea.
I got no idea.
All right, back to your list.
Ignorant.
Let's not shit on Greg. This is
Yeah,
back to
this
your
is
list,
fair.
Paul.
That's
Greg,
nice to Greg. I'm sure the comments will shit on me enough.
So, another beer-
J.W. Lee's Clavato's Cask.
You didn't put it out on tap.
Apparently, I didn't untap it yet. Apparently, it's apple brandy. I give that a 9.5 all day long.
Yeah. 9.75 maybe. Oh, there's only you do half ratings, baby.
Half rating. I do half rating.
There's another one you put on here that I think you'll remember, and that is Liquid Confidence / Confidential.
Oh yes, with the red wine or cognac.
Yeah.
Cognac.
It was sherry. It was sherry. Cask.
Yeah.
From Toulon.
Yeah, the Denmark. It's beautiful. That's a beautiful beer. Absolutely.
And how can we all forget Innocent Gun Lager beer? 5 out of 5.
Oh.
No.
Fantastic.
The quintessential beer of the world to style. Thank you, the king.
I mean,
Awesome.
when they were creating pallets in this world for individual to drink craft beer,
They
they
made that.
made Lee's the epitome of what should be a palate for a lager drink.
Yes.
Because without his immaculate and exquisite palate, none of us would have had a chance to realize how great the lager beer from Innocent Gun is. If I had one beer to drink the rest of my life, it would in no way, shape, or form ever be a beer from Innocent Gun, let alone their lager beer. And I would not give that beer over a 2.75 out of 5 or a 5.5 out of 10.
Hold on, good sir.
There's some people that will.
Hold on.
Joe,
good
you're
sir.
good at math.
I remember my dear friend who I would have sex with immediately. Matt from Massive Beer Reviews. He and I were drowning in the sea of lust over that beer, literally sucking it out of the glass through our noses.
You both inhaled it through your nose.
Yes.
And
perverts.
I wish I could experience that myself at some point.
We were
Like-
literally lawn watering devices of Innocent Gun.
Yeah, it was. How complex that beer is, I can't even talk about it because it really, for me, it'd have to be like a 37-minute review at the very least.
Have you ever seen In the Mouth of Madness?
No.
Strange film with strange things, and in the end, the man goes insane because of the strangeness. That is what would happen to the normal human who tries to dwell into the complexity of that lager beer.
Paul, now I know you're drinking a 14.3% Imperial Stout, but I need to remind you this is not They Must Be Destroyed on Sight podcast. They Must Be Destroyed on Sight podcast. This is not it. We're not doing it right now.
Wait, aren't you Daniel Harper?
So what you're saying is I'm supposed to not be calmed down. I'm supposed to be unhinged.
What you should have done for this entire live show that you're doing right now is take a single sip of that beer and then given a 20-minute review about it. Kind of like when you're on the podcast and you fast forward through the movies and then you spend an hour and a half discussing them and you really add nothing to conversation because you didn't watch it.
I didn't actually watch it. Yeah.
Didn't do your homework.
All right, so
homework.
Other stuff from your list. Imperial Stout from Fuller's. You also drank it.
It was okay. It was good.
It was a 10 out of 10 according to you. Not the Stoic, which was like my number 7.
Not the Stoic was actually. I can't believe it was your number 7.
Well,
No. Was it your 1 out of 10 number 7 or what?
No, it was my number. I gave it a fucking 10 out of 10 or 5 out of 5.
Okay.
I'm saying it was number 7 on my top 10 list.
Thank you. There actually are some people who gave it a 7 out of 10. I'm like, are you that fucking dumb?
That beer.
It is the best goddamn barrel-aged quad I've ever had.
I totally agree with you. It was one of those. I shared all the big waxed bottles, and
Jubal and yeah, I know.
Jubal, Mirror, Abyss. Not the Stoic was.
I did like Mirror though. I really did.
The thing about it was they were all really good. Like none of them would get under like an 8 or 8.5 on your rating scale.
The
not
thing
the Stoic was just above.
Yeah, but the thing about Mirror is I think the definition ruined it because it said this. Okay, I got this, but I'm not getting this. If you know what I mean, like I'm not getting that one aspect that it says it's supposed to have.
Which for you was the wine barrels, right?
Yeah, the wine barrels. I just could not get those wine barrels. And Pinot Noir is the big thing in Oregon because it would have been a Pinot Noir barrel, and I just do not get that.
I remember I got a little bit of it, not much, but I just remember I had Mirror, Jubal 2015, Abyss, Not the Stoic, and
I have Abyss.
Anniversary.
I do have an Abyss sitting.
I thought Not the Stoic was up here. Abyss was like right underneath it, and there was like a pretty significant drop off. And I think I liked Black Butte, Mirror, and then Jubal for me was. It was a good beer. It was a really good beer. It was actually a really good beer. No, it was a great beer, but when you're drinking it, like the thing is Not the Stoic and the Abyss were so fucking good. And I think we drank Black Butte first, and then we went to the Abyss, Not the Stoic. It was just one of those things where you have those two beers within 3-4 hours, and you're just kind of like at the fucking fest when we did all those crazy beers and barrel aged double tempest. It's like you had all these beers, and then you had barrel aged double tempest, and it was like, man, yeah, Bourbon County's good. KBS is good. Sunday Morning Stout's good.
But there's Double Tempest.
I shouldn't say good. They're amazing, but they're not barrel aged Double Tempest when you in comparison to the other four that are there.
No, here's the deal. My dad always told me, no matter how bad you are, there's always someone ready to kick your ass. And that's the way it is. Like, no matter how bad you are, no how big, bolstery, whatever, there's someone else in line somewhere waiting to kick your ass. That's exactly what it is.
And that's the same kind of response that I give to people that, like, not necessarily when it comes to reviews. I can see how reviewing beer, whether it's on YouTube or if you're written reviews or however you're reviewing beer, it can become tedious and boring because you kind of run out of things to say, whatever. But trying new beer never becomes boring for me because there's always something out there at some point that will surprise you and make you like sit back and go, wow, this is why I like trying different beer, because you just never know what's...
If you're getting the same tasting notes for every beer every time, that means the producers are actually faulting, honestly.
Or your palate's ridiculously dumb.
Well, if you're getting the same orange candies and pressure-treated lumber the whole time, you should just murder yourself because you're French. I mean, wait, what? Anyway, what I'm saying is, remember when I've had a couple of variants of the Abyss. Remember when we had that 2009 Abyss?
2007.
7. Remember how disappointing that was? I think to me, I don't know about
It
you.
was the thing. We all gave it like it was funny because it was disappointing. And when you say when I did my best list for BDU, people were like, "Oh, what's the worst beers you had this year?" It's like I don't want to be that guy that's like, "Oh, I don't drink shitty beer," but it's like I don't really go out of my way to like drink fucking just macro beer or beer that I don't really care for because that would be on my shitty list. But disappointing is a good word, and that beer would have fell in line because I gave it like an 8.
Definitely disappointing.
No, I gave it like I think we all gave it like an 8, 8.5. But it was like this is a 2007 Abyss. It had 7 years on it, and you're thinking this is gonna be one of the best beers I've ever had. And it was just like it was.
If you guys
good,
go
and that was
online,
it.
if you ever do it, if you've ever seen it, it's
guys,
2000. It's
guys, can you see
2000.
me?
Yeah, I
Yes.
can see you.
Am I close enough?
If you ever go online, it is 2011 Abyss from DJ's BrewTube. DJ's BrewTube. We did that, and that's the first one I've ever had. It blew my mind. It blew me away. That kind of balance between the Pinot Noir, it's either Pinot Noir or Cabernet Sauvignon with that bourbon.
They change each year too, and that was the thing. I had the 14 last year, and yeah, like that blew away the 07 I had. It was just like, yeah, if this is what we opened when we opened the 07, I would have been totally pleased and very excited to have it because I would have been like, yeah, this is one of the best beers I had this year, whatever. You know, so that's kind of the chance you take with aging, though. Like, you can age your beer perfectly, store it perfectly at the precise cellar temperature, and for whatever, sometimes beers just don't age well, and you know that's the chance you take. So be it. But it was a cool experience trying 07 and then coming back and trying a 14 and being like, okay, I can kind of see where like a fresh, even though it's not exactly the same, I can see where a fresh 14 compares to the aged 7 and how much better the fresh, relatively fresh, it was like 6 months old, compares to the 07. But yeah, I'm trying to think. What's the beer that my buddy gave to me that you wanted me to save that you had
The Double Tempest?
Nagno's Black
Nagno's
Tokyo Horizon or Dark Horizon or what?
Dark Horizon. I have the first edition.
Yeah, the
and
first
that's I think
edition,
in 07, 09, something.
Yeah, and the Dark Horizon 4th edition that I had was very, very good.
And DJ had one. I don't remember what edition he had. And
He had the second edition, first or second, yeah.
Went bonkers over it. So
because after the second, they went to the tiny little bottles. So
yeah,
he had the big bottle. Bitch.
Son of a bitch, baby.
What are you drinking now, homo?
Who's the homo, me or Joe?
Greg, it's totally
no, it's always you. It's always you.
I am having my 2015 beer of the year. Life Sentence Triple IPA. Yum, yum, yum. And I must say, Witch Shark is a beer that I really enjoy. Granted, not the best bottle in the world, but when I have it back to back, this just fucking blows it out of the water.
Yeah.
Joe, I'm gonna give you a can of this, no matter how old it is. I won't even charge you for it. So
right.
I want you to try it,
Okay.
even
I
if
won't even charge you.
Even if it has a few months on it.
I will fucking not charge you the $4 Canadian, which is basically you owe me money to try it. You owe me money to try it. Basically, how this works.
No, because this beer will hold up well. There's a lot of malt in it, so.
Well, that's the one thing that I've come to notice. I drank like a 3.5. I should probably go bust open. I have a Fathead's
Do it now.
Top Stalker. Fuck it, I'll go get it, bros. I'll go get it in a second.
You won't do it. You won't do it.
I got a lot of Imperial Stout left, so.
Yeah, you have a lot of Imperial Stout left. Imperial stuff left. But the Fatheads, Top Stalker. I also had their I forgot what other beer they had, but man, I don't know. People go nuts. So look, I understand. You want to drink hop forward beers as fresh as possible. In a perfect world, every fucking beer I drink would be like weaker or fucking fresher, but it's just not possible. If you fucking have a 2, 3, 4 month old double IPA, fucking
triple
drink
IPA.
it. Double, triple, single, doesn't matter. Try it. It might not be as great as you expect, but it certainly doesn't deserve the
You know
drink.
what I've noticed from a lot of beers? Like Lake Effect's an interesting one because it's after it's a couple months old, because you can still get cans of Great Lakes, but they're a couple months old at this point. It's not really a worse beer. It's just a different beer. Like, it's more tropical fruity, whereas when you get it fresh, it's a lot more piney. So, like, I actually think somebody like you would actually like it a little bit older than
the lake effect? I fucking loved it whenever I had
effect.
it. Probably the one you gave is like 3-4 weeks old. That was fucking amazing. I don't know.
Yeah.
For a beer that you can find on the fucking LCBO shelf, I don't get it.
Oh, Lake Effect is fucking great, but the beer changes like when it's old. Like, I just had a can the other day, and cat. I don't know, he's fucking climbing something. I don't know what the hell. For a beer at this point is about 2 months old, this batch that they've got out right now, and it's different. It's a lot more fruity, a lot more like tropical fruit, all that stuff. A lot less pine than when it was fresh. But you know what? It's not any better or worse. It's just different. It's still an easy 9 out of 10 for me. But
my beer goals for 2016 pretty much simple. I want to introduce a lot of my local friends and people that I hang out with around here to more Canadian craft beer. I think a lot of the beer tubers I hang out with, Paul, for instance, Matt, DJ, Johnny, those guys are starting to realize that, especially Ontario, because that's the vast majority of the stuff that I get, whether it's Bellwoods or, Great Lakes or Nickelbrook or whatever. People need to realize there's some really fucking good beer in Ontario. Like, whenever people hear Canadian beer, and even if you Canadian craft beer, what do they think? Unibrew? Oh, Unibrew? Unibrew makes good shit.
Sleemans.
Do they seal? Yeah, they listen. Those are great. They make great beers, but when you kick it up a notch and get a lot of this other stuff that you guys, basically talk about BDU and stuff that I try to get out there, I want people to realize that, like, yes, there's fucking amazing beers on the East Coast, West Coast, all over US, but still great beer in Canada. People to this day, when I tell them, like, hey, I went up to Canada, they're like, oh, really? Yes, really, you fuckers.
Well, the thing is, we do have great beer here, but it's like, whereas you guys have this crazy thing where you walk into a liquor store and there's like a million different craft beers that are all amazing, or not all, but many of which are amazing. We don't have them. We got the amazing ones, but you got to know which ones to go to, because there's a lot of not so amazing ones.
And the thing that one hump that I try to, or one hump people can't seem to get over when I try to explain it to them is that I always tell them, like, hey, like, a lot of my friends or acquaintances or whatever, when it comes to the craft beer community, when they go, a couple of them went up to Canada, they don't know where to go, they don't know what to do, and I always tell them, you basically have to go to the breweries to get the good stuff. Like, you typically don't walk into an LCBO, and certainly not a beer store, and get great stuff off the shelf, with the rare exceptions of, like, Bolshevik Bastard and a lot of Nickelbrook stuff, and a couple others, a couple Great Lakes releases. Like, if you want to,
we got a lot
you gotta go to the brewery.
Yeah, like with Great Lakes and Nickelbrook, you got a lot of shelf turds, like really awesome beers that just don't sell very well. Or they do, but they just have a lot of them.
Like a Bolshevik Bastard, like, as far as Russian Imperial Stouts go, that can go toe-to-toe with a lot of the top-tier Russian Imperial Stouts in the U.S. If you did that, I wholeheartedly believe that if you put that in a blind taste test, and you had, say, 4 other American Russian Imperial Stouts that are top-tier, non-barrel aged, of course. I know it's hard to believe, but non-barrel aged. If you did that, I think Bolshevik Bastard would definitely be 1 or 2. Like,
what do you mean non-barrel aged Imperial Stout? What is that supposed to be?
Well, they make the beer, then they don't put it in a barrel, or like they don't put oak chips that were soaked in some kind of spirit.
Do they like oak some other way?
Well, like you mean like a regular Imperial Stout, like a regular one?
No, it's a Russian one. So
okay, so it's more like Hanapu.
Well, it's not really like Hanapu. It's more like Bourbon County. Like, that's
okay, more like a regular Imperial Stout would be like Parabola. What you're saying?
Not quite Parabola. I'd go with like.
Well, Darkness maybe.
No, KBS, maybe CBS.
CBS.
Like that regular. Has maple bourbon barrels.
Is that a Darkness shirt?
The great thing is, no one's going to get that reference on your channel either if they watch it. I would just like to fucking put a link to that Matt video and that specific, like, 4-minute section of basically Matt Massive Beer Reviews. If you ever have time, anyone who watches this fucking video, go to Matt's channel, search Albino Rhino Beer Festival, and I think he has actual timestamps in the fucking the description box.
Thing.
If you put in the description box, there's timestamps for like each thing, like each brewery he interviewed, and there's one that says something like Whale Hunter. Click on that. It's late in the video, and it's just this guy that is totally a whales bro hunter, like a white whale.
This guy is at every big release. I saw him at the Amsterdam Double Tempest. I saw him at the Bring Out Your Dead. If you're watching this, hey buddy, I was in line with you.
Yeah.
We're making fun of you. Sorry.
Dark Lord Day. This guy he slays whales on the rag, bros.
If you also look at his dudes on tap, he's got like 6,000 unique check-ins.
I mean, yeah. So, but this guy is asked about Imperial Stouts, and like Matt, I believe, asked him the questions like, "What's your favorite regular Imperial Stout?" And you could almost see like a brain fart. Like he doesn't comprehend that there's Imperial Stouts that aren't barrel aged or aren't adjunct, or like just right, like, "Hey, what's your favorite Imperial Stout?" And he's like, "No, barrel aged." He's like, I'm shaking. I don't know. I've never had one before. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, it's crazy.
Ooh.
But yeah,
but he's not a whale hunter.
No, definitely not a whale hunter.
And I went black again.
Definitely he's at Chad's Fest. Let's be fair. He's at the Rhino's Fest. The Rhino. What did he do? Yeah,
he's like Uber Ghetto.
I'm pretty sure he drank the alt beer from Mash Battle. So totally not a whale slayer.
He came down just to try the Junction beers. They had their Session IPA and their
Pale Ale. Or the lager?
No,
I think it was the Pale Ale.
Yeah, you're right. They're the two you can get at the LCBO, and that's what they brought to the beer festival. See, Joe, I don't give that other brewery shit because they only had 2 beers. One of them was an alt beer. That's what they had to bring. Junction fucking has like 20 different beers. Many of them are pretty good, yet they bring the 2 fucking beers that you could walk down the street and buy at the LCBO.
Yeah, well, if you're gonna go to a fest, you wanna bring something to show off, not something that is relatively available everywhere.
The only and I'm the guy that fucking trolls Chad the most about the alt beers and like the.
I've never heard you troll Chad.
No, never. But
Joe's not.
I mean, I kind of understand. I guess their strategy. These breweries are you're coming to Ridgeway, and Ridgeway is pretty much in the middle of nowhere. Like I don't know how many people have been to like Fort Erie, but this is I think a little bit more south than Fort Erie, but. Ridgeway is basically just in the middle of nowhere. So them bringing their regular lineup, I can kind of understand it because it's like you're trying to introduce these people who probably drink at best like Rickards or something, right? They're either going to the beer store or getting whatever.
Rickards Red, baby. I got the Sleeman running down my chin.
It took place at the Sanctuary. What's that brewery that like hosted it?
Are you serious? Are you fucking serious right now? Are you serious?
Brimstone?
Yeah, are you serious?
Brimstone, yeah.
You do that?
Fucking Greg doesn't even know the name.
I don't know the
You're
names.
From Canada. You're like actually from Canada.
Yeah, I'm very ignorant. I can't help it.
Well, Greater Toronto area or bus for Greg.
Exactly. If it's not Bellwoods or Great Lakes, I don't even know what it is. You know. But it's Brimstone. I mean, they make some pretty interesting beers, and they're right in the town. So I mean, the town has to kind of be used to some sort of craft beer.
Well, maybe, but I mean, let's just say the thing is like it's just like a town where people are walking up on fucking fest day and paying whatever the fucking entrance fee is extra. I mean, how many walk-ins or walk-ups did Chad have in both years? I think quite a few. And thing is that I can see those places bringing it, but it's like, you know, at least half of the people there. I don't know the exact stats, but I'm just gonna go with at least half of the people there are veteran, seasoned, whatever you want to say, craft beer drinkers. I don't want to fucking drink whatever I can go to the local LCBO down the street and buy. That doesn't excite me. Doesn't make me want to try your stuff. That just says to me that you're fucking boring. And you know, I give Mash Paddle shit for the alt beer. It was a brand new brewery, and I understand they brought their alt beer, they brought a paddle. That's fine. But if you're Junction or if you're a lot of these other places, bring it at the very least a seasonal or some kind of specialty beer, something. I'm not saying you have to fucking brew a specific one-off to come to Chad's Festival, because Chad's is a small grassroots festival. It's not a big festival. There's not a lot of money involved, so I don't see you going nuts and brewing like this fucking amazing whatever. But fucking at least bring a seasonal or a specialty or something that's going to stand out and make me more interested in your fucking brewery. That's the whole point. You want to get into the brewery. You want to go, holy shit, I had this awesome beer at this fest. Now let me seek out their regular lineup. Let me seek out whatever else they brew. Otherwise, you're going to just turn me off. You're bringing your shitty fucking pale ale or your shitty lager.
You know, it's actually funny because Chad and I were actually chatting about Junction today. And this is like going to be a little mini rant from me, because I was talking about how breweries in Toronto have the world's shittiest hours. You know, you got places like Junction, who's been open for a few years. They're freaking open Friday, Saturday, Sunday from like 12 to 4 or whatever their exact hours are. They're very shitty hours. And, you know, it comes down to, I don't think Junction actually has confidence in their brewery. From what I understand, I don't think the guys even do it full time. I think it's like they still have regular jobs, which is fine. My point being is that Junction, if someone by Junction is watching this by some weird chance, you guys make fucking good beers. Have confidence in your work and show off your good beers. Have better hours so people can actually access your shit. And bring your fucking good beers to beer festivals, because you have good stuff. But if you only bring your LCBO stuff,
why don't you actually say that to them? Pussy.
If they were here, I would pussy. That's just me. I'm at least a high-class vagina. Like one of those, very snooty. Oh, I went black again. Anyway, my rant is that Junction makes good beers. They don't know how the fuck to manage a brewery. Get a clue. You guys make fucking good beers. Advertise your good beers. Let people know that you make the good beers. And people will come and buy your shit.
And have sex. Get great sex. Lots of sex.
There's
lots of sex.
There's two ways to make your brewery get some hype behind it. A, just make amazing beer, period. Like, just everything you kind of release is pretty awesome. Like, Bellwoods, and we'll just go with Ontario breweries, Canadian breweries, because you're talking about them great. But like, the reason why Bellwoods got hype or got so popular is because they pretty much fucking make awesome beer. Like, it's very rare to make poorly made beer from them. You might not like all the styles they produce, you might not like all the beers they produce, but to say that the vast majority of their stuff isn't quality is
ludicrous.
You're misinformed at that point.
They also go for broke. Like, what do most breweries do? Oh, let's create a lager. Bellwoods, the first lager they created was this year. Like, what, 3 or 4 years after they opened?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh yeah.
And they just created it because they had nothing fucking else to do. But they came out of the gate. Bring Out Your Dead was a pretty new beer for them. Like, I think that was like within the first year they did. And they're just like, hey, we're just gonna stick a Imperial Stout and cognac and see what happens.
Yeah. So you either do that, where you're just making you're having a great time, because I could just picture those guys having a great. They're experimenting with they're huge into the Brett stuff now, so. They
love their Brett.
Yeah, so they try all different strains of Brett to see what kind of different characters that it introduces into certain styles and blah blah. And that's cool. Like that's pretty unique, and a lot of their stuff comes out really really tasty. So you can go that route, which I would personally go, because variety is the spice of life. But at the same time, if you're a good brewer and you're a good brewery in general, the stuff that you're going to be producing is going to be probably pretty good. But if you want to go the other route, which is, pander to the locals, which seems to be a lot of Ontario breweries, they go, hey, we got to get this lager, this pale ale, this IPA, and this wheat beer out there, or whatever, right? We got to do this, and we got to be the drinking spot for this little town that fucking has 2,000 people, blah, blah, blah. I get that.
Joe, that happens to breweries in Toronto, like where they pander to the local crowd.
It happens all over the U.S. too. I mean, but the thing that gets your name out there is at least make one beer that makes people want to come to see you. And if you don't, then you're kind of stuck in that whole I make the stuff local. And if that's your end goal, like I just want to be in this fucking small town and making beer, great. that you don't have to do anything. But if you want to, progress and you want to get into the LCBO and you want to get your name out there, you can't just rest on hey, I got these 4 core beers that are they're good for the style and that's it. You got to produce stuff people are interested in. And in this day and age where there's fucking 4,200 breweries in the U.S. and I think Chad said there's like 205 or something in Ontario now. You have to be creative. You have to do something different. So many places are opening up now, and I think they realize that. But there are some that are opening up that are just like, hey, we're gonna do this little thing over here. I don't know. I think it's like a failing business model. You got to go after those people who are seeking a thrill and something different. And even in Buffalo here, there's a lot of places open up that are doing that, like where they're like, here's our core lineup that's whatever. But then I see a couple on the flip side, they're like, oh, we're going to open with an oatmeal raisin cookie beer. That's cool. That's different. It might get someone coming to your fucking brewery if it's good.
Hey, that sounds like a beer I would have.
I'd try it. I haven't tried it yet.
You know what? And here's the other thing with Toronto, right? Is Toronto, Chad says there's like 205 breweries in Ontario. Guess what? Like, at least a third, if not more, is in Toronto. Legally, you are allowed to keep your bottle shop open from 11 to 11, 7 days a week. Take fucking advantage of that, because there are so many breweries that have the shittiest hours ever. If I can't try your beer, you may make the best fucking beer in the world. If I can't get there to try it, that sucks. And if you're open till 12 to 4 on a Friday, guess what? I'm not going to go downtown from between 12 to 4 on a Friday to get your shit. I don't care how good it is, but fuck you.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I totally agree. There's breweries around here. There's it's funny, Community Beer Works in Buffalo. They probably make beer for beer the best brewery, or the best beers in the Western New York area, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's as well. They make good stuff, but they're getting open 3 days a week, 4 hours each day. Now they're not 12 to 4. I think it's like they're open like 3 to 7 on Thursday and Friday, and then Saturday they're open like 12 to 6, 12 to 7. But it's one of those things where they're a nano brewery, so they don't bottle their stuff. You got to get it on tap.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's one thing a lot of people don't touch on, and it's a good point by you, is availability of your beer. Like, if you can get it in package form, if you can get crawlers, if you can get growlers, if you can only find it on tap at local establishments, like, well, now I have to actually go to a place that carries your beer, try it out on tap, where it might be served at an improper temperature, or what I deem to be an improper temperature. Whoever, like Paul, like drinking his shit pretty much around 120 degrees Fahrenheit, like all of his beer. Right, Paul, or is it a little higher than that? Almost boiling? All your beer?
210.
Oh, 210. See, so there you go. No, but it's one of those things. It's one of those things where it's like availability plays a huge role, and I don't know. Whatever. I'm done ranting. I don't care. Fuck everyone.
No, but it's true. This is why I think, I'm a big fan of this new brewery called Burdock. Not because their beer is the most amazing. I've had 7 beers from them. All their beer is good. I haven't had anything amazing from them. But at this point, they're a brand new place. They've only been open for a few months. They have about 20 to 25 different beers they've made, all of which they're like Bellwoods. They do experimental styles. Are they as good as Bellwoods? No, but they're trying their best. They're doing a lot of experimental styles, a lot of unique styles that even Bellwoods hasn't touched so far. And they're open 11 to 11 every day. Their brew pub is open even later hours, because guess what? Some people like to drink beer up till 2 in the morning, and a lot of fucking brew pubs, or not even brew pubs, but like craft beer bars, they close at 12 in Toronto.
Wow.
What the fuck are you thinking? This place, I guarantee you, a year from now, this is going to be a place where U.S. people are going to actually recognize it, because it's going to be the next Bellwoods.
I'm going to hold you to that.
You can hold me to it. Once they haven't done anything big yet. They haven't done any big barrel-aged stouts. A lot of their stuff is low ABV. It's kind of focused on drinkability. Once they start doing the big beers, the big stouts, they do some barrel-aged shit. They're going to be like Bellwoods number 2. Like, they are, like, this kid is going places. I'm telling you, this kid's going places.
Why? This kid's going places.
Burdock Brewing. That is what I tell you.
Suppose your channel, we just commandeered it with Ontario and Canadian centric stuff, even though I'm not Canadian.
I wasn't gonna argue. I was just like, you know what? He's just gonna do this, and I better just shut up because he might get the Mounties after me and some angry moose.
The fucking Mounties. Where are the Mounties?
When Mounties get
I'm the
angry.
Mountie.
Well, you guys have seen the South Park movie where Canada and you just go to war together, right? Like, yeah. Well,
I'm totally wondering right now why your head's not flapping the top part of it. Like
hey guys, how are you? I'm Canadian, eh? How's it going, eh?
I'm just amazed that your eyes aren't all squinty. So
I'm not your guy, buddy. I'm not your buddy, guy.
Guys.
I'm not your guy, pal. I'm not your pal, buddy.
It's true. Us Canadians do fart a lot. Oh, I've gone black again. You know, once I go black.
You can't go back.
That's true. That's why I keep Agnes away from black, man. I can't take that risk.
So bad. So bad. Well, guys, I'd have to say I think we've done enough damage to the internet tonight, so why don't you say goodbye?
Bye.
Bye. And then we're going to end this, and I'm sorry that this was ever happened. And
Joe's already left. What the fuck, Joe?
Joe is the guy who was supposed to monitor the viewers, and there's a viewer, so thank you, viewer. And the next time we're on...
How can anyone take Joe seriously when he has a cartoon buff?
Well, the viewer is gone now, so there you go. No, the viewer's back now. The viewer's back, so...
I love that viewer. He seemed like a good guy.
I don't know how to get to that. Let me try to get to the viewer. Let me just try, because I don't know how. Let me see if I can get it to go. All right, viewer, just hang on there. Hang on. Because literally I have no idea how to do this. Subscriptions.
Hang on to your ball sack.
Hang on to that ball sack for a second, viewer. Because if Joe's not here, Joe is the person that was supposed to take care of this.
I know, Joe seems like he's shirking his responsibilities, you know?
He is. He's fucking up. He's fucking up. I mean,
probably being a good person, you know, helping his dad with something and something. It's like, meanwhile, we need Joe to discuss some stupid beer topic that doesn't really make any difference in life.
Okay, that's right. Well, that's the thing is, one is watching right now. One is watching right now, and I need to know what the person is saying. Got it.
What are they saying, or what are they thinking?
What are they saying, or what are they thinking? That's a good point.
Because a lot of people may be thinking something, but they don't want to say it.
But they don't want to say it.
And if you're watching this and you're thinking something, you should say it.
It still says that I have a viewer, so I'm waiting for this to load.
Even if you want to say that Greg is an asshole, I will disagree with you.
Greg, you're an asshole.
But you have the right to say that. You do have the right to say that.
You're worse than an asshole. Okay, I'm going to say something. As soon as it loads, I'm going to say something, and then hopefully the viewer that's watching is going to say something too. So it still needs to load because, of course, my private viewing blah 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 is not responding. So just hold on. I see Lucio Pavarotti there for some reason.
Oh, Joe's back. Lucio Pavarotti's watching our video. I'm going to give this video a thumbs up.
Look at this space juice.
Space juice? That sounds like a beer I want to try.
It's from Long Trail, and they've been doing some pretty good stuff lately. Limbo, Paul's had before.
Is it better than Buzz Millennium?
Bro, if this is not better than Buzz Millennium, I am going to fight somebody.
There you go.
Who's watching our video?
I don't know. Somebody. I just put a comment up, so hopefully it'll go.
There's 3 people watching now, though I'm one of them, so you've got 2 people plus me.
The only problem is my feed is kind of squibbly.
I don't know what that means.
The only thing you're just kind of squibbly.
Well, the laggy. It's lagging.
Oh,
very badly.
Joe, it's really racist.
So this is brewed with Citra Mosaic, Ella, Columbus, and Galaxy. Sign me up.
Oh.
Hello.
I thought Space Juice was like some
Oh my god.
like some high gravity lager or something that you got for like $3.
Oh, this is
a
definitely
can.
malt liquor. Label out, bros. Label fuck.
Label out. Label out.
Right? Label out. Let's turn this around. Label out.
I
Oh,
have
wait,
two viewers, one viewer. Just say something, viewers, please.
Well, I left. That was. I think they're all
Zero viewers.
All of us are watching the fucking feed.
Okay, I'm done.
Dumbasses.
I'm done.
You're done?
I'm done.
I'm very sad.
Oh, this is fucking good.
I feel
Not
like
that-
damn
not
it, Joe.
Oh, goddamn.
Oh, goddamn.
Goddamn, son!
Goddamn, your righteous hand.
Motherfucker, what is
Goddamn,
juice?
your righteous hand.
Motherfucker, what is juice? Give me some of that purple drink.
Joe, is there tropical fruit? I know you're a tropical fruit.
Oh, dude.
Is there tropical fruit there?
Yeah. There's a shit ton of tropical fruit, bro. There's also, though, I think this is one you done. There's a decent amount of pine.